head-to-head in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Ellis is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Sabonis in at the 5 down low. Now here's Ellis. Pass to Sabonis. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And Sabonis, no stranger to physical play.
Ellis against Curry. Outside Butler. Here's a good screen. And here is Moody. Shot clock at 6. Shoots. Golden State moving it around. Fires the 3. Rebound by Murray. Quick start for the Kings in this one. Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. Got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
Team foul.
It's stolen by DeRozan. On the wing, Murray. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. And he gets it to go.
And look at the inside presence already for Murray. It'll be fun to watch this young man grow.
It's Curry outside. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Ellis. And Curry pulls it down. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Podziemski. Rebound by Murray.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Now here's Ellis. And the layup is good.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Curry with the bucket.
How about the quickness on the drive from Curry? The moment he finds his opening, that guy is off to the races.
LaVine for 3. Green with the block. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Warriors on D. Trailing by 4. The kick out to Sabonis.
And Steph getting a little bit nasty on the defensive end there, not letting his man get comfortable on that possession.
When it comes to players who like having fun, Greg, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
When you see his media picture for the 23-24 season, he looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
1:56 left to play in the first. Ellis against Curry. Green with the block.
No matter what night it is, Green seeks to intimidate and more often than not succeed. Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Now here's LaVine. Outside for Murray. Sacramento again missing. Here's Podziemski. Connects from three-point range.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And DeRozan. Here we go. The shot's good.
Tormenting his way through. DeRozan showing what he's made of.
Curry deciding where to go with it. The kick outside to Butler. Green with a screen on Murray. Here's Butler, and slam dunk by Butler.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why well, settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. Curry finds Moody. Butler is screen on DeRozan. 6 on the shot clock. And Green now, top of the key. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
Draymond Green not being affected by the shot clock winding down.
Now here's DeRozan, defended by Moody. DeRozan a screen on Green. Kicks it out to Ellis. The three-pointer off the mark. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Warriors lead by 1. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. The post pair for him will be Murray and Sabonis. Levine is out there with Ellis. And it's DeRozan in at the 3.
On the attack, Jimmy Butler playing with that edge.
It seems likely that the Warriors' title run under Steph Curry, Brent, is probably come to a close.
I'm not going to count Steph Curry out quite yet, Kevin, but you know they have added some quality youngsters. They're trying to grow that group. How fast can they bring those kids along to championship caliber players? That's the big question. They're going to win their share of games.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Over the course of a season, each team takes on a certain personality. Brent, do coaches try to shape that personality based on their roster?
Well, Kevin, it's a great question, and I think the best coaches in our league adapt to the personality of the team as it starts to formulate throughout the season. You lean in to what guys naturally are. Some success comes with that.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, a couple of seasons ago, Steph Curry first brought out the night-night when he put a team away. Asked about his inspiration, he said, "I have no idea. I don't choreograph any of that stuff. I was just having fun." You know how kids' bedtime routines are important? It's the final signal for a job well done that day. Kevin?
Well said. He is a 1 of 1, D.A. Now here's DeRozan, defended by Moody. The Warriors lead it. It's stolen by DeRozan. Kick out to Levine. It's deflected and stolen by Butler. Bajemski with it, picked up by Ellis. The tray. Steph, perfection from the arc.
And that is automatic from Curry. He doesn't think twice about launching from there.
Ellis, that's good.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
Here's DeRozan. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. DeRozan's got it all tied up now for the Kings.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Now in the later stages of his career, Greg, DeMar DeRozan continues to be a master from the mid-range.
Kevin, we all know he loves that area of the floor. And what makes him so effective, the footwork. He's so good at backing guys down and creating space to get that jumper off.
Here's Ellis. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Down low. And there's Butler with the flush.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
And here's Levine. He's got 5. There's the triple. Sinks the three-pointer. Levine's got 8 points.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Green, the pass to Curry. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Sabonis. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
You got to get all over Sabonis. Any kind of crack down there, he's going to find it and find a way to score.
On the wing, Green. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. And the Kings with possession. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Murray, no good. Warriors trail by 3. It's Curry outside. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
This is just not a surprise. Steph Curry is having a massive offensive game.
Kick out to Levine. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got 3 assists now in this one.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And that's an aggressive take there by DeRozan. And no doubt the coaches will appreciate his ability to attack the defense.
Well, the Kings went from 3 seed in 2023 to out of the playoffs completely, Brent, last season.
Well, it speaks to how competitive the Western Conference was. You know, you got to realize, Kevin, Sacramento won just 2 less games than they did after that magical run in 2023. West was just better. So the Kings got to fill some holes, find some pieces, and hopefully have some guys improve upon what they did last season.
Substitution on the court.
Eight seconds left in the first half of basketball. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. Five seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Podziemski. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Jimmy Butler is out there with Draymond Green. And it's Moody in at the 3, the small forward. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. And the Warriors making a change here. Golden State's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. There's so many years in the NBA. You would think Curry would slow down, wouldn't you, Brent? But he remains at the very top of his game.
I think the best part about what we're seeing with Steph right now, Kevin, is his competitive will. You get to this age, and you get to this stage after accomplishing all the things that Steph has done, and it's still not enough. So let's keep enjoying him while we can.
2 points, that one goes. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
Back to Curry. It's stolen by Carter. And now Sacramento on the break. And it's LaRavia missing. The Warriors trail. Well, they're passing to Moody. The kick outside to Butler. A floater. Oh, tough play by Butler.
many intriguing parts to Jimmy Butler's game, including that delicate floater.
Curry against Carter. It's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Here's LaRavia. Scoreless thus far. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Valanciunas. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And this is why people look at Valanciunas as a walking double-double. That size allows him to dominate the glass.
Between rebounding, interior scoring, and he shoots the three. Brent, there's a lot to like about Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah, Valanciunas has done a really good job of growing his game, Kevin, in today's game. I mean, the modern NBA to have shooting bigs. JV has stepped out and proves that he can hit shots from the top of the key, but it's still that grinding, tough, physical play that you want on a nightly basis, and he gives it to you.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution for your Warriors.
The Kings leading. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Monk for three, trains the three-pointer. Monk's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
And you gotta love that three-point stroke of Monk. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep.
Pass to Santos. Back to Jackson Davis. Carter outside to the paint. Here's Wiles. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. Wiles got the lead up to 7 now for Sacramento. The Warriors have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the hand. And Santos gets it to go.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Carter, the pass to LaRavia. Knocks it loose. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And the Warriors making a change here. Knox is checked in. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the third. Hield from outside. No good, shot missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46 and 36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Here's Kuminga. Valanciunas grabs the board. Kings leading now by 5. There's Wiles. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. One is on Hield. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Kings?
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
Something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. You got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
To the middle, here's Jackson Davis.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Here's LaRavia. He has yet to score. 5 on the clock. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Kings lead by 5. Warriors have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Back to Hield. Hits it from 3-point range. Hield's got 5 points so far.
Now, watching Hield shoot is quite astonishing. He does a great job of establishing his feet as a foundation for his three-point shot.
And it's LaRavia missing. To the inside. Jackson Davis. And he hits it to tie the game up. Jackson Davis has got 4 points in the quarter. It's a tie game in the Bay Area. And after a quick break, we're going to... And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court for Sacramento, DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Ellis is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Sabonis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. DeRozan against Kuminga. Now DeRozan. Off on the layup.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
They get it back. Pass to Post. Chalk up 2 there. Post has got the game tied up here for the Warriors.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Back to Sabonis. It's rebounded by Kuminga.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
Yep, that one goes.
But he's showing more than just the fact that he's a shooter, working his way strength on the inside there.
The offensive rebound. Outside, LaVine. Murray a screen on heel. The 3. And it's Murray, that time on the assist by LaVine. And that's now 9 points for Keegan Murray. Ellis against Payton. Here's the screen. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, Brent, last season was disappointing for the Kings after being eliminated in the play-in.
Yeah, a little bit of regression. They did have some key injuries to some guys in the stretch of the season that was vital for them to make the playoff push. But I think it helped them realize just how fun the playoffs are and just how hard it is to get back there. And maybe in this offseason they come back a little bit more focused, knowing how loaded the Western Conference is.
Ellis kicks to DeRozan. Clock at 6. Driving inside. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Payton outside. He can't hit that time. Murray with the defensive effort. And so it's Sabonis who brings up the ball for Sacramento.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Curry passes to Green. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sacramento's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Basket good.
And that's the reason why Sabonis gets the rock. He's just upping the ante.
Yeah, easy call.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Warriors with some changes. Butler, he's checked in for Jonathan Kuminga. Moody comes in for Payton. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Buddy Hield. Outside, LaVine. Inside, deflects the pass, and Brandon Pajemski gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Here's DeRozan. Tries the spin move.
Just keep watching Draymond Green and keep being impressed by what he does defensively out there.
Back to Sabonis. And a slam dunk by Sabonis.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
His competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Got a piece of it. Curry with the steal. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. And Green slams it in.
All those weapons, and Draymond Green ends up being the guy hurting you. What a huge shot.
Murray against Butler. Here's DeRozan. And the dunk by DeRozan.
And this is why you go to DeRozan. When they need a bucket, he's a guy that can go out and get it.
Well, this team trusts everybody, and this time the trust was in Draymond Green.
Levine looking around. 55 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Fires the three. And Moody pulls it down. The game has come down to this.
Huge possession. That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Here's DeRozan. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Down low, Murray. And then Murray with the jam.
And Murray loves knocking down the big shot. He does not fear the moment.
Curry with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Curry can't get it to go. And here are the Kings now. Right side Levine. Murray sets a screen for DeRozan. Good!
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
Outside Curry. Bullseye!
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Timeout, Kings. Guys, what are their best options now?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
Thank you for that, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the field. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let
Hello, basketball fans. Brian Anderson here, courtside. Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward. And for the Warriors, Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Jimmy Butler out there with Moses Moody. And it's Green in at the 5. And that'll be Golden State's ball as it goes out of bounds. Warriors able to keep possession. And stolen by Hartenstein. Holmgren, the pass to Williams. And Grant having a lengthy bench, so important in the NBA.
It really is. I mean, there's always the risk of guys getting hurt throughout the season. So the teams know the value of having a very deep rotation, and they make the most of their bench, which is smart.
And there's the drive. Hey, hangs it midair and converts the double clutch layup.
Oh, I love the ferocity on the drive. Williams doesn't lack confidence tearing towards the rim.
Curry goes in. Outside Butler. Outside Podziemski. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
High percentage look right off the bat.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Pass to Holmgren. Outside, Williams. Clock at 6. And Williams punches it home.
He put some rage into that one, B.A.
You're telling me. Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits. This guy is as strong as they come. Lou Dort is a menace on the window.
Podziemski with it. Guarded now by Williams. Here's Moody. Back to Podziemski. Outside Butler. Great D that time from Holmgren.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
Fast break. Here we go. Here's Podziemski. Here's Green. And here's Curry for 3. Drains the triple. Curry's got 5.
You cannot give Curry an inch. This guy is relentless when he's behind the arc.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and it falls all over the rim and in.
I'm not sure what he was thinking exactly, but he finds a way to convert.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, the Warriors play a unique style predicated on passing and cutting off the ball. Stephen Curry said the main goal is to just force the defense to make as many decisions as you can. So with all that ball movement and body movement, they're going to mess up at some point. Brian?
Well, it helps having a weapon like Stephen Curry. Thanks, Allie. The Warriors leading. Outside Podziemski. No good with the triple. The Thunder have gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage.
And in transition, Holmgren has speed, but he also plays under control.
The 3 from Curry. Hartenstein pulls it in.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
There's the drive. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Podziemski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson-Davis late in the 2nd round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Golden State has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Curry's shot is off. Thunder with a lead. Dort for 3. Knocks down the triple. 5 points in the game.
Right into the rise and fire up the dribble. Ooh, Dort, that is nice.
Here's Curry. And he drains the quick shot.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. They get it again. Controls the rebound and the putback.
And this is what Coach wants to see from Holmgren. Outworking the defense to get a second chance look.
Curry goes in. Shakes him. Outside for Butler. Outside Moody. Three-pointer. Second chance effort. They shoot again. Nice move. And the layup by Butler.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Williams in the post. Moody defends. Holmgren with a screen on Green. Throws it up high and out of bounds. The Warriors will take it.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
Here's Curry. And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Thunder out in front. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And what do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Butler out there with Green. And it's Moody in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Yep, count it.
Yeah, teams will try to get physical with SGA, but make sure you understand that wiry frame is big-time strong.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Shea with a step. Banked it in off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points this quarter.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, so dangerous in pick and roll. He's going to keep you off balance because he can score it or facilitate.
Green with a screen on Holmgren. Butler passes to Green.
Showing that rebounding isn't all about size. It's about will and effort.
And it's Dort with the ball for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander drills a three.
You love how fast Shea Gilgeous-Alexander gets into that shooting motion. As soon as it touches his hands, it is ready to go.
Outside Curry. Back to Butler. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander attacking. Gilgeous-Alexander takes off.
Gilgeous-Alexander just taking the initiative, driving to the cup with purpose.
Here's Curry. Holmgren against Butler. Butler, a screen on Dort. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 13.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. And Butler with the block.
This guy's such a defensive leader. The intensity, the willingness to put yourself out there. That's a nice block.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Kuminga, he's checked in for Butler. Nice shot by Kuminga. And so many screens today ride that line of moving or not. Doris, you think players get away with too much movement on picks?
I think, Brian, it definitely feels like there's a lot more gray area. You have these things now called drag screens. A lot of screens today feel like maybe 30 years ago they would have been a foul. So, hey, I always say, B.A., officiating in this league with the speed and the skill is really, really difficult.
Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
Outside Kuminga. Green with a screen on Holmgren. To the middle. Draymond! Oh, such a force inside.
There's a competitive edge to Draymond Green's game that makes him willing to try to score it on the interior. That's pretty.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and that basket makes him 6 for 11, shooting a good percentage.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. No surprise here. Stephen Curry hopes to be a Warrior for life. He said being a part of a group of legends that have played for one franchise, established a culture, and won at the highest level, and did it with a lot of different roster combinations, I don't ever take that for granted. Brian, what a run.
Yeah, it is a great run, and he's been the foundation, Allie. Thank you. Dort outside. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Williams. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Williams has got 6.
We talk about Williams' versatility as a scorer. He can get his points from just about any spot on the floor.
Curry finds Kuminga. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Williams' shot is good.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
Pass to Kuminga. Green with the ball. Williams defending. Moody with it. Working on Williams. Here's Green. Green gets up and powers it down.
Boy, you'd love to see the lift Draymond Green gets on these dunks. Once he's established, forget about it.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Green. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul. Both teams will make substitutions.
Substitution on the court.
And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. 4 on the clock. The layup misses. Outside Moody. Pass to Spencer. They set a pick. Tips it up. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He was getting into the lane easily that first half. Just relentless.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And on the floor for Mark Daigneault starting the second half. They've got Williams. Alex Caruso is out there with Williams. Then there's Mitchell, and it's Wallace in at the shooting guard position. Second shot opportunity. Pass to Jackson Davis. Now here's Williams. He's scoreless. And here's Wallace. Now here's Caruso. Here's Mitchell on the take. That shot, no good. Warriors trail by 5. Well, OKC has a great track record with their draft picks, and it seems like they got another one in Casey Wallace.
Wallace was the 10th pick in 2023. He's going to give you great physical pressure defense on the perimeter, and then he's going to play to his strength offensively. OKC rarely misses with their draft picks, and they didn't on this guy.
The Warriors' shooting has been good, 54% on this one. Outside Kuminga. Oh, Kuminga, just a menace inside.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
The three from Mitchell. Jackson Davis grabs a miss. The Warriors have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Outside Moody, pass to Kuminga. Now Pajimski. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Well, the defender stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. Oklahoma City shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. But Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
Warriors trail by 3. Left side, Pajimski. Outside, Hield. Going inside, here's Looney. Outside, Payton. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Joe on the wing. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Thunder lead by 3.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Now here's Pajimski. Tightly guarded. Misses in close. The Thunder have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Carlson. Good work defensively by Jackson Davis. And so it's Golden State with it. It's a 3-point game. Looney with the ball. Joe covering for the tie. They get it back. Pass to Jackson Davis. Pajimski with it. Back to Jackson Davis. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Dang, shot is off. The Warriors have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Pass to Looney. Looney, a screen on Caruso. Back to Looney. Outside Hield for the lead. And the shot is good. Drop it in off the front of the rim. Hield's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, Hield usually does his work on the perimeter. How about that finish inside?
The Warriors have gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Looney. No points yet. Outside Payton. Outside Hield. For 3. He can't get that one to fall. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Warriors ahead, leading by a point. After a quick break, we're coming. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Green out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Kuminga in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Oklahoma City trailing. Now Holmgren. Chet not messing around inside.
And before he even leaves the floor, Holmgren has the ball at rim level.
Dort against Curry. Outside for Butler. Off target from 3-point range. And Holmgren's got the ball here for OKC. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And we played through about a minute here in the 4th. Green with the defensive effort. The Warriors shooting around 50% in the game so far. Kuminga goes in. Outside Pajemski. Fires the three. Connects from downtown. Boy, it's been a grinder, a back and forth all night.
Oh, 7 times the lead has changed. Neither team giving an inch.
Hartenstein with a screen on Green. Gilgeous-Alexander, a good look. Ooh, that one makes him 7 for 14. Got a nice rhythm going here today.
Boy, you respect the shot selection from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, just taking what the defense gives him.
Curry against Dort. Curry's shot is off. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Pass to Hartenstein. To the paint. It's rebounded by Golden State. Here's Pajemski. Outside for Butler, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
Boy, not on the same page there, and in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
And the Warriors make some changes. Santos comes in for Kuminga, and Moody is subbed in for Pajemski. Green against Gilgeous-Alexander. Look at Shai playing big inside.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
Here's Curry. A shot from the low post is good.
Boy, a monster bucket yet again from Steph Curry. Knew they had to get something from that possession, and you knew he'd deliver it.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And he knocks down the first one. And the Warriors making a switch here. Pajemski's checked in. But it's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Now, this guy has a reputation for being a great free throw shooter, and you've got to knock him down. He does it here.
Oh, nice job in the paint from Curry.
Boy, Curry just taking over and seemingly able to get anything he wants right now.
Gilgeous-Alexander attacking. Counted. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 19 points.
SGA, that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to you. Big time clutch delivery.
And he gets that one.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention?
Now here's Curry, and he converts the layup. He's got 21.
Stephen Curry a little bit undersized, but he is so slippery once he's in the paint.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And the Thunder lead by 2.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, by virtue of skill and temperament, so ready to deliver in these moments.
Here's Curry. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Oklahoma City shooting an amazing 61%, looking confident. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Big-time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
And there's the cherry on top. Excellent trip up the floor to build out this lead.
Butler, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside for Butler. Wide open. Cash. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
Jimmy Butler loves to rise to the occasion, sticks it right in the defense's face.
Holmgren finds Gilgeous-Alexander. and there's the whistle on the... And no surprise here. At this stage of the game, they're going to use the coach's challenge to make them take another look at the call.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the
A lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Here's Williams. Pajemski grabs the board.
And there's only one option. They need a triple.
You've got to keep your composure and execute to get a quality look from three.
Yeah, he's really giving up size in that matchup. But on the perimeter, he can find the room he needs.
It's incredible to me how players have become so adept at creating just enough space to get the shot off. Nicely done.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Oh, no good! We're headed for overtime. Regulation is... Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hardenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3 spot.
Now you see Jimmy Butler's willingness and almost really relishing the opportunity to get his teammate an open look.
To the inside. And it's Hardenstein. That time on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Pass to Williams. And the Warriors pushing it up now. Shot from inside. Outside Pajemski. Outside for Butler. 5 on the clock. And it's Butler who slams it down.
Oh, how about the talent, the creativity? Butler with the highlight reel attack.
That's good from Butler. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Just over a minute into overtime here. From the high post, and he nails that one right through the heart. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 28 points for the game. Outside Curry. Outside Butler. 6 to shoot. Pass to Moody. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Good on the first, and that'll put him up 2. He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop.
He missed the chance to put them up by 3. You know he'd like to have that one back.
Williams' shot is good.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Curry with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Butler against Williams. Moody passes to Butler. Back to Moody. This one for 3. And the Warriors miss again. The Thunder have got their first 3 shots to drop in overtime. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Count it!
Gilgeous-Alexander.
And here are the Warriors now. Curry passes to Butler. Here's Butler on the take. Here's Moody. The kick out, Curry. And he's going for the lob. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Hardenstein. Williams, a screen on Curry. Here's Hartenstein. And he buries it.
Looking to close things out. That might have been the nail in the coffin.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Golden State basketball.
And here's Butler outside. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. So we see Oklahoma City get the win here. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime, they caught a second win.
They
has a bit of an old school feel to it, doesn't it? These teams love to run things down low.
Yeah, it's going to be a heck of a matchup, Kevin. A little bit of bully ball, you could say. Having a center you can run your offense through makes the rest of your offense that much better.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Bangs home the trifecta.
Encouraging to see DeMar DeRozan knock it down from 3. This helps open up the entire offense even more.
Holmgren with a screen on Ellis. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen. The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
That bucket in no time at all.
You have to love the confidence. Dort not shy about firing off the dribble.
The deep 3 from Levine. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And, Richard, you look back, Zach LaVine has been one of those microwave-type players. He can get hot in a blink of an eye.
Zach LaVine is one of those players that when he catches fire, there is nothing you can do about it. He can score from deep, multiple level score. When he gets going, ooh, it could be a problem.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Stolen by Dort. They get a hand on it and taken away by Ellis. To halt the run, DeRozan's shot is off. Oklahoma City's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. No problems knocking that one down. Williams has got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Thunder. DeRozan for 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. DeRozan's got 6 points.
Kind of surprising to see this from DeRozan, but he must have been feeling that competitive fire.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Guys, I did have a chance to talk with the head coach of the Kings. He said SGA has this special ability to lull a defender into a slower pace and then suddenly make a quick move that leaves everybody just standing there. Coach feels the attention has to be on him. He wants to force somebody else to beat him. Guys?
Thank you, David.
I don't know where you've been, but everybody else knows that Zach LaVine, this man is an aerial artist. He makes the hardest dunks look so easy.
And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And it's denied. Here's Holmgren. Pass to Williams. And it's slammed in by Williams.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Dort against Levine. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. It's stolen by Hartenstein. Here's Williams. Banked in off the glass. 10 points for him.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Dort finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Buries it down low.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Wide open look here for Murray. Drills it from outside. Murray's got 5.
Showing the range. Murray is very consistent from out there.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Ellis. Trying to get open is Hartenstein. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
The kick out to Sabonis. Back to Levine. Lets it go from deep. Good, and it's Sabonis with the assist that time.
Off the pass, Levine is more or less just automatic. He just lets it fly.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. 8 points for him. And there's the drive, and he lays it straight in.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
5 seconds left here in the first quarter. Back to Ellis. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
So for Oklahoma City right now, both Jalen and Jalen Williams are out there. One at the 3, the other at the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Holmgren in at the 4 spot. Up it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket for Murray.
Showing off those playmaking skills, Levine keeps his head up, makes the easy play.
Hey, RJ, what about Keegan Murray? He made the immediate impact in the NBA as a rookie, setting a record for 3-point shots made, and he has continued to build on it.
A bit of a surprise as the 4th overall pick in the 2020 draft. Murray was the right fit. Big part of Sacramento ending that 17-year playoff drought.
It's deflected.
Quite simply, Lou Dort is an elite defender. Plays hard, smart, great wingspan, which we just saw him use there.
Offensive rebound. Sabonis just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's Holmgren. That's good on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And great job from Holmgren. I like when he shows confidence attacking inside.
Outside for Murray. Back to Ellis. For 3, Levine. Again, Levine missing.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
I now would send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Chet Holmgren has a slender frame, but he's determined to still protect the rim. Coach Dagnall said he'll get dunked on 10 straight times if that's what the game calls for. He paused and then added, he won't actually get dunked on 10 straight times. He's going to get a couple of those too. Kevin, he certainly will.
I agree. Yeah, David, he is fearless. And so it's Sabonis who brings up the ball for the Kings. They trail by 9 points. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. 6 to shoot. And something that every NBA player has now that maybe they didn't a couple years ago, RJ, their own personal trainer.
Well, it's just a beautiful investment of your own resources back into your body. I love that players are hiring chefs, dietitians, sleep aides, and the teams are hiring them. I love every aspect of that.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Williams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. And that's 13 points here for Jalen Williams. In the corner, it's Levine. From past the arc, he scores for only his 3rd time tonight. Now 3 for 10 to climb out of the hole.
The response, Levine hitting that 3 right back at you.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Shooting foul and now, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
The line for the Thunder, Gilgeous-Alexander is taking 2 shots.
Tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The Kings shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 14 points. Levine deciding where to go with it. And Levine with the slam.
Check out Levine getting artful at the rim, leaving the defense just completely clueless of how to stop it.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Nobody near Williams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor space.
Yeah, and you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. Mitchell kicks to Caruso. Wallace. No good with the triple.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Wasted no time on that one. He's got 13.
I'm going to tell you this. Defensively, you cannot let a streak shooter get a groove. And right now, Zach LaVine, he is on fire.
And finished off by Williams.
LaVine just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
There's Williams. Nice open look, but it's no good.
I'm trying to think of the last time I saw him miss a shot like that. It's been a while.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll return shortly. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. One of the stories here, Jalen Williams getting it done today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
We've got Malik Monk. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Trey Lyles. Then there's Carter. And it's LaRavia in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. The 3, it's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Carter.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
Stolen by Carter. Driving to the basket. It's tipped. Carter against Caruso. Pass to Wiggins. It's Joe on the wing. To the inside. It's stolen by Lyles. Here's LaRavia. Another 3 for Sacramento.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Jang, high post. Valanciunas is there. Knocked loose. Stolen by Carter. And, oh, here we go. Carter's got it on the fast break chance. And then Carter with the jam.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Things are firing on all cylinders for them right now. We'll see if they can keep it going.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Williams is checked in. 90 seconds now into the second half. And that time, also a missed shot.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Here's Lyles. And that'll be 2 free throws coming. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time.
The play will be reviewed under
instituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander checked in for the Thunder. Hartenstein passes to Williams. Begins from outside. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And how about the energy from SGA? He gets after it on the backboard as well.
And Isaiah Joe picks up the foul. That's his first. Foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
A different look for Oklahoma City. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Monk with the ball. Now defended by Mitchell. Carter the pass to Monk. Pass to Wiles. Over Williams. Got it. Good job in the low post. Wiles got 5 points so far.
So impressive. The fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
And as tired as they might be after fighting to tie it up, they have all the momentum now to finish this comeback. When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass. He has 7.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
But it took them a little while to get there. Just goes to show as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
Here's LaRavia, defended by Caruso.
Oh, come on. Those are the looks you can't mess up. From this close inside, you got to get the job done.
Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. 1:11 left in the third quarter of the game. On the wing, Monk. Wallace covering. Monk attacking. It's tipped. Here's Carter. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Here's Wallace. The Thunder with another miss. Now the Kings with it. They're on a 15-5 run. And then Monk with the dunk.
And it's just easy to love the energy with which Monk plays. Whenever he's close to the rim, he is looking to make a statement.
Here's LaRavia. He's guarded by Williams. Miles a screen on Williams. Here's LaRavia. Rebound by Williams.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
And those are the type of shots that just drive coaches crazy. Look, I wouldn't be shocked to see him sitting on the bench if he tries that bad boy again.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 16. A shot by Williams. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
The shot's good for Monk. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Nailed from three-point land. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points in the quarter. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Thunder lead by 1. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3.
And when you have Dort on your side, this is what he brings on the offensive end. Great off the catch and fire.
There's Ellis with the 3 ball. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Outside Williams, and it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And now a 4-point Oklahoma City lead. To the middle, Holmgren with the steal. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Dort finds Holmgren. Over in the corner, Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander for Murray. Again, Oklahoma City.
And he had a good look, and Gilgeous-Alexander made it pay off.
Here's DeRozan. Williams with the block. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. That one's not going to go. Great defense that time from Ellis. Murray outside. Pass to Sabonis. It's stolen by Hartenstein. Plays it in off the breakaway. And the Thunder lead by 8. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for Oklahoma City?
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And not just that, they're also forcing turnovers at a high rate and taking advantage in transition.
And stolen by Murray. And now Ellis running the floor all by himself.
Active defense from Murray leads to the steal and the break.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. And he drives in. Makes it off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 25 points in the game. Levine with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. Levine against Dort. Outside for Murray. And the 3 off target. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Here's Dort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protests.
Shooting for Oklahoma City.
To some of the more difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that break, Sacramento's coach had some words for the team. Now, he preached the importance of patience down the stretch. Coach said, we're not going to get it all back at once. Let's take it one trip at a time. Make it simple, make it easy. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
Powering that one down. Murray saw a chance to go for it and took it.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Count that bucket. And that's 10 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Isn't it beautiful watching DeRozan just work through contact? He loves overcoming these kind of moments.
1:29 left to play here in the fourth. Dort passes to Holmgren. Doesn't go for him. Nice D from Sabonis. The Kings trail by 7. For 3, Levine. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Holmgren kicks to Williams. Back to Holmgren. Over to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And here we go. Levine heading to the hoop.
Answering the call. Zach LaVine, he wants the ball late. He wants to be the go-to guy.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Pass to Holmgren. Count the basket. And the Thunder lead by 7.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct. Answering the bell, Sabonis. Big time, guys.
That's tipped. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Murray. It drops. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And starting to see what this kid is made of. Murray not shying away from the challenge so far.
And Williams, here we go. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to go on Sabonis.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
Oh, and he caps that off in style. He gets the finish with the harm. Huge possession there to extend the lead.
I love it when young players add elements to their game. If Murray can continue to pass like that, he'll be tough to slow down.
It's good on the putback.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Okay, let's throw out the analytics for a moment. When he's taking the mid-range, it's a winning shot.
So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mirror, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beer. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him
they both pile up assists.
Those are some of the better teams to play for and are the most dangerous in terms of setting up your scheme defensively. Coaching staffs have a really hard time trying to get their team ready against an opponent that moves the ball as often as both of these teams do tonight.
Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Jimmy Butler out there with Draymond Green. And it's Moody in at the 3, the small forward. Butler with a steal. Here we go. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry.
Way to capitalize on the mistake that leads to the bucket. Gotta love it.
That's why you can't afford to just turn it over to him, because he's going to do stuff like that to make you pay just right down the throat.
Now here's Sabonis. Back to Levine. Pass to Ellis. And he banks in the layup.
You got to keep that head up, and Levine knows that. Able to hit his man in stride there.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, yeah, I was able to talk to Sacramento's head coach. I wanted to know how he planned on tackling the Jimmy Butler problem. He told me I want to make everything as hard for him as possible, anything we can do to bother him and to get him to be even a little less aggressive, trying to put out the fire before it starts. That's the plan. Back to you.
Allie, thank you. One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots, so that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons.
Now here's Curry. The rebound by Murray. For Sacramento, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Here's Levine for 3. And that one fall for him. He's 0 for 2.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Sacramento has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Lets the 3 fly. He buries it from 3.
And with how well Levine attacks the bucket, defensively, you almost have to give him space to shoot threes.
Pass to Pajimski. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Inside, here's Butler. Back to Pajimski. Clock at 4. Butler, a screen on Levine. Golden State needs to get off a shot, and they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. There's the 3. And another Sacramento 3.
Nice move by Levine. Hard to contest someone's pull-up when they get so high off the floor.
Pajimski into the lane. Good work there as it goes.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
He gets it in there.
And DeRozan is fearless, not afraid of getting inside and going up to score.
DeMar DeRozan, an impressive scorer who takes relatively few three-point shots, Greg.
Yeah, the arc is not his primary focus. He'd rather pick you apart in the mid-range, but he does it so consistently that the points pile up quick.
It's not going to go for him. Warriors trail by 4. Pass to Curry. Outside Moody. Green, a screen. Moody passes to Green. The kick out, Curry. Shot clock at 5. Butler up top. Over Murray. And the shot falls short that time.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Sabonis goes in. Murray inside. Butler covering. And there's Murray. That one's good. And the assist by Sabonis.
If you leave someone open on a team with Sabonis having the ball, he's going to make you pay. That's great recognition.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
With the drive. Oh, and the jam by Levine.
And that's the sauce right there. I mean, every night, LaVine approaches the rim like it's a dunk contest.
Curry looking it over. Down low. Here's Green. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Blocking foul called on Stephen Curry. First personal foul. First team foul.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Left side LaVine. Pass to Ellis. Outside LaVine. From the arc. Shot by LaVine, no good.
Stephen Curry.
And there's the foul. It's on Zach LaVine.
First team.
That's his first foul.
Sacramento foul. Zach LaVine. First personal foul.
And here are the Warriors now.
Well, Picasso couldn't have drawn that up any better. Perfect execution off the inbound.
Zach LaVine, he's been the guy making things happen for the Kings. 8 points in the quarter, showing how and we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
Well, we've seen them take advantage of the lanes given to them so far. The defense isn't plugging it up, and it's being exploited.
Getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
The duo inside, it's Murray and Sabonis. Then there's Zach LaVine, then it's DeMar DeRozan, and it's Ellis in at the 1. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings. And Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Curry's toughness on display inside there, just clashing inside.
Ellis. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Moody passes to Green. Outside for Butler. Shot clock at 6. Butler with emphasis.
On the attack, Jimmy Butler playing with that edge.
The Kings leading. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Brandon Pajemski. On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. And the Kings have held tough, but it seems like the West has gotten tougher, Grant.
Well, what's the saying? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And the Kings have to find that next level.
Yeah, I know you want to focus on the shooting with Steph, but man, he's going to make plays too.
That's tipped. Murray passes to Sabonis. Back to Murray. And then jammed it down as he goes right over Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and that was a big-time flush. I love whenever Murray takes flight like this.
Now here's DeRozan. Moody defends. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now a 6-point Kings lead.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Yep, that one goes.
Now the combo of strength and quickness from Butler, that's going to help him on the inside.
Curry with a steal. Left side Butler. Ooh, JB, look out.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
And DeRozan, just so crafty on those moves, slips right through the contact for the finish.
And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
Warriors ball. Substitution for the Warriors. Number 21, Quentin.
Here's post. And Tomas Sabonis pulls it down. Sabonis has got 4 rebounds in the game. Murray finds DeRozan. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. Here's post. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
Well, because he's such a good scorer, people don't always talk about Jimmy Butler, the playmaker.
The triple goes for Levine.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
Outside for Levine. Let's go with a three. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
It's rebounded by Levine. The Kings lead by 3. The three. Oh, Zach Levine way back there.
Yeah, this is an unbelievable performance from Levine. His offensive skill set is amazing.
Sacramento foul.
Kuminga, he's checked in for the Warriors. Spencer comes in for Stephen Curry.
Warriors substitution.
1:14 left in the first half of this one. Kuminga against DeRozan. Throw it down on the lob.
Assisted.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
To the middle. Here's Murray. Oh! Murray making his presence felt inside.
Yeah, just a solid play by Murray. He knows where to get his shots.
Butler can't get it to go. The Kings lead by 4. Back come the Kings in transition. And the basket by DeRozan. DeRozan's got 8 points. The Warriors shooting continues to impress. 65% from the field.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. Here's Levine. He's got 19. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
That's on Jimmy Butler.
Woo! Using electric speed, Levine just relishes the opportunity to drive through the defense.
9 seconds left in the first half. And here's Kuminga for 3. That one doesn't drop. And so it's the Sacramento Kings with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shots.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Boy, Zach Levine has been sensational.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Kicking off the second half, here's Steve Kerr's 5. Curry and Hield to the sharp-shooting backcourt. Gary Payton II is out there with Kuminga. And it's Jackson Davis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Warriors trail by 6. You know, not too many teams have the stability and head coach as the Warriors have had, Brent.
Well, I'm not sure there's ever been a more perfect fit for a team than Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It has been a magical run in the Bay Area, and you just look at the type of connectivity he has with his players, and again, how much joy these Warriors play with. Well, that's good teammate stuff right there. Looking for your guys. Buddy Hield has a strong feel for when to give it up.
On the attack, Carter. Here's Lyles. He's covered by Curry. Denied. Here's Kuminga. And a foul called on the way up. So so he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Brett, you've always seen the flashes, but now it seems the game is slowed down for Kuminga.
Well, BA, a lot of fans clamoring for Kuminga to get minutes even earlier on, but the Warriors took a very slow approach to his development, and now you're starting to see some of that athleticism and strength and some of that patience paying off for Jonathan Kuminga.
Looney's checked in for the Warriors. To the left wing. Outside Monk. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Laravia. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Coach Steve Kerr said of Jonathan Kuminga, we were trying really for a long time to get him to attack, get the ball in the paint and dunk it because he's unstoppable there. You just don't know when something's going to click, but it has clicked, and it's beautiful to see.
He has certainly found his lane, Allie. Thank you. To the right side. Looney passes to Kuminga. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Valanciunas who brings up the ball for the Kings. And he jams it home with authority.
Valanciunas does a great job of surveying the floor and willing to find the open man. Nice extra pass.
And he goes right after the guy who just scored on him.
Oh, he made sure to return the favor. Santos has checked in for the Warriors. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. And that one misses. Will grant the Kings one of those up-and-coming teams that are knocking at the door.
Yeah, they have some stars, BA. They have some great role players, too. Part of their problem is they're in the Western Conference. It's so hard to just make the play-in tournament in that conference. Just great offense. The screen freeing them up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, we'll have to settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that. That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Carter finds Valanciunas. There's a minute 54 left in the third. Carter on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. And it's slammed in by Carter.
Come on now. This kind of powerful finish gets guys going.
Yeah, especially when it's coming from your point guard. What a flush.
Yeah, great read. Calls his own number and then sends it home.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Fires for 3. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Jonathan Kuminga.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And Brent, the Kings have the pieces to compete and finally creating some stability.
Yeah, after that 16-year playoff absence, just being a factor in the West as Sacramento and their fans, really, really exciting. Again, the pieces are there. Will they push it this year to get back in the mix?
Carter from outside fires hitting the triple. Carter's got 5.
Pretty much no one is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Here's Hield. Count it.
A little tease there from Buddy Hield, showing his explosiveness. Undersized, but able to convert inside.
On the attack, Carter. And it's slammed in by Carter.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Carter against Hield. Carter, the pass to Laravia. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
And the Warriors making a switch here. Pajemski's checked in. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Green, a screen. Carter against Hield. Here's Moody. Oh, Carter with the block. They get it back. Green. And so it's the Sacramento Kings with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then it's Danezu Sabonis. Then there's Zach LaVine, and it's Ellis in at point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Outside Moody. Outside Butler. And it's Butler who slams it down.
Oh, Jimmy, that was impressive.
The Kings lead by 6. LaVine with it. And the foul called on Brandon Pajemski. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. First team foul.
LaVine surveys the D. There's the steal.
Wow, you watched the defender, and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
How about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Inside, here's Green. He's off on the layup.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
Butler against Murray. Sabonis with a screen on Butler. Murray passes to Sabonis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's LaVine. Sacramento again missing. Warriors trail by 4. Moody from outside. Oh, Moody deadly from there.
And that's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Murray finds LaVine. Back to Murray. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Oh, my goodness. Keegan Murray.
Butler with the ball. And Sabonis picks him up defensively. Pass to Pajemski. Butler, a screen on LaVine. To the paint. Down low. Butler drops it in.
In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
Outside LaVine. Out to the right wing. And LaVine, throw it down.
You have to applaud LaVine's work ethic. He gives his all to find points for his team.
And it's Butler with the jam.
And Jimmy Buckets is alive.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Outside LaVine. Hits the trifecta. LaVine's got 28.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
There's a minute 47 left to play in the fourth quarter.
Oh, the energy Hield is playing with right now. What a huge possession, ready to rip it.
On the wing, LaVine. Yes! LaVine inside.
Proving once again, LaVine is not all dunks and threes.
Right side Green. Outside Hield. Green, a screen. Hield drives in. Shoots over Sabonis. Moody with it. DeRozan on him. Oh, Sabonis with a block.
Sabonis has to use good timing in order to block shots. That time he did.
Green against Murray. There's 53 seconds left in the final quarter. Can't connect from short range. Pass to Butler. To the inside. Here's Moody. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
They're pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Stephen Curry, he's checked in for Hield. They set the screen. Outside for Butler. The three. And again, no good by Golden State. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Sabonis finds DeRozan. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Second personal foul.
It's going to go on Moses Moody.
It's just so difficult to keep DeRozan out of the lane. He draws a lot of fouls in there in the paint.
And so he drops them both. And it's a 6-point ball game.
You can't afford to waste any chances at this stage of the game. That means you got to hit your free throws.
Yes!
Stephen Curry.
And now they trail by just 4.
Now that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Shot by Levine, no good. Green in the post. The shot won't fall. So it's the Kings taking the W at a close one. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
NBA.
impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Butler out there with Moses Moody. And it's Green in at center. It's Dort on the wing. He's defended by Podziemski. Count it.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other. Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Curry. Here's Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander against Curry. And that one is good from Hartenstein.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has such great synergy with his teammates.
It's stolen by Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Curry with him. Williams picks him up. Right wing. Here's Moody. Trains it from beyond the arc.
You know, if you're open, Stephen Curry has that team-first mentality. He will find you.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
And here is Curry after the three-pointer from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I'll tell you, Draymond Green just excellent at setting his teammates up with his screening ability and then roll to the rim with a purpose. Nice.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he gets the bucket. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's Butler. Lays it up off the glass. Butler's got 5.
What a crafty drive by Jimmy Butler, mixing speeds, getting where he wants to be on the floor.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he makes good on the layup.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Curry. Butler, a screen on George. Outside Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
Watch your head. Jimmy Butler in the house.
Oklahoma City trailing. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. If you mention the best players in the NBA, Doris, we have to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How's he made the leap so fast?
Yeah, Kevin, this is an interesting growth and development story because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has shocked everybody. He can get to any spot on the floor. He's one of the most relentless drivers in the game. You have to respect his three-point threat, which balances out that dribble drive game, and he's willing to compete defensively. Sky is the limit for this young man.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Well, I talked with head coach Mark Dagnall. We discussed Steph Curry, of course, and what he advised his team to do against him. Coach said, I told our guys that we have to be right up on him, to fight over screens and not allow him to feel comfortable out there. A huge task for any defense, and we'll see if this one is up to the challenge. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 7. The kick out to Williams. Goes back up. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Shoots the 3. Pass to Holmgren. Shot clock at 6. He takes it in. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. From the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10 points.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
Butler, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Curry dishes to Butler. Back to Curry. Holmgren with the steal. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Williams gets the bucket.
Well, great decision from Dort. If your teammate is open, get him the basketball. Nicely done.
Moody. Good, and Butler gets the assist. 5 points in the game.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
Dort misses. Now Moody. Pass to Butler. At the elbow, Green. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Thunder. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmarish clamps thus far.
The other thing they've done a great job of so far is getting offense off of their defense, forcing turnovers, then quickly converting.
The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's Butler outside for Curry. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams with the ball. Now Green defending. Here's Williams. 5 points in the game. The layup off target. We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Butler with the bucket down low.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
He's got a clear path. Pulls up for 3. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, New York makes his bones at the defensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I always try to test myself against him in practice because he's the best of the best. Coach Mark Daigneault said, I look at him more like he's an artist. We can shift him anywhere. There's no one he can't guard. Kevin?
David, he is a beast. Wow, thank you for the report.
And to me, Draymond Green really embodies the idea of a high IQ player. He can read the opposition, predict where a play is going, and those instincts aren't something that can be easily taught to anyone.
Dort misses. And so Green will bring it up for Golden State. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Thunder trailing by 7. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander to stop the drought. Sinks that one from the post. 12 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
It's very long, and SGA so effective around the hoop because of that length.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game. The Warriors making a switch here.
Substitution, number 21, Quentin.
Butler kicks to Curry. Pass to Podziemski. To the paint. Here's Post. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there? Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Here's Post. Williams with the steal. Dort wide open. No good from outside.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Here's Moody. There's the drive. And the slam by Moody.
And how about the role reversal there? I mean, slamming it down right in the face of the big fella.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And the Warriors making a change here. Here's Spencer. Pass to Post. There's the screen, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
The Warriors making a switch here. Hield's checked in, and the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. The drive by Mitchell. Shoots over Podziemski. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Hield with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
And not just a scorer. Hield is solid at reading when his guys are open for a look.
Here's Wallace. High quality look. He sinks it. 30 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Podziemski. Covered by Mitchell. Outside, Kuminga. Out left to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Jackson Davis finds Hield. Cans it from downtown. Hield's got the lead up to 9 now for the Warriors.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their shooting has been the big key. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot from line. They're thinking about the shot.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. Jonathan Kuminga out there with Peyton. Then there's Brandon Podziemski. Then it's Hield. And it's Jackson Davis in at the 5 down low.
I'll tell you, this is what you get for being careless with Lou Dort in your vicinity. This guy takes it away with ease. Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Kuminga finds Jackson Davis. Peyton against Hartenstein. And it's Isaiah Hartenstein with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. When a team Doors is on a losing streak, what lessons can be learned from that?
Now, Kevin, you know this. Losing streaks seem to be inevitable in the NBA. The season is too long to go through without some adversity. What I think you learn is grit and how to keep fighting, even when you don't have your best game available.
And that one drops. Hield's got 5 now.
Boy, Hield usually does his work on the perimeter. How about that finish inside?
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Warriors leading by 9. Podziemski with it. Still without a basket. And it's Isaiah Hartenstein with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Holmgren against Kuminga. Pass to Looney. Just 5 on the clock. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. The NBA is looking for greater parity, but Golden State's Draymond Green said, quite frankly, with this new CBA, dynasties are over. We're the last dynasty you'll be able to speak of because of the way this salary cap is set up. Guess we'll see. Kevin?
I hope he's not right, but he may be onto something, David. Thank you. Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target from three-point range.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Here's Payton. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
And the layup's good off the glass. And it's an 11-point Warrior lead.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Checked in for Looney. Butler comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. Moses Moody, he's checked in for Payton. And Stephen Curry subbed in for Heel. A wide open look here for Caruso. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Green passes to Moody. Caruso with the steal. Mitchell outside. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Williams. Draymond Green pulls it in. Green's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Podziemski. Rebound by Wallace. And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Pass to Williams. Now, here's Caruso. He's guarded closely. Lets the 3 fly. Kept alive. The kick out to Williams. It's good from long range. Williams has got it back down to single digits for Oklahoma City.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Butler with the ball, and it's Wallace picking him up. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the third. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler has found his groove, and he isn't letting the defense impact him in any way.
Mitchell looking it over. Outside Williams. Shoots over Podziemski. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Williams. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Warriors making a change here. Santos is checked in.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
27 seconds left in the third. And now we've got the intentional foul. Kevin Knox is checked in for the Warriors.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution for the Warriors. Number 30.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 12. That 3 off the mark. Curry dishes to Butler. And Butler attacks in transition.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Warriors on top, leading by 10. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
Curry on the move. Lots of room. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
When you're not in rhythm with the 3-ball, why do you keep firing from there?
There's the 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Holmgren's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Dort kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. 3-pointer buries the long-range jumper.
Boy, you respect the shot selection from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, just taking what the defense gives him.
Stolen by Dort. Holmgren finds Hartenstein. Here is Williams. Overhealed. Williams can't get it to go.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Here's Green. The shot from the low post is good.
Draymond Green will pick his spots on the interior. He can read a defense, and he understands when to attack.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Dort passes to Williams. And the wing jumper offline. Warriors leading by 14. Hield kicks to Curry. For 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Dort misses. The Warriors have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Spins. Here's Green. Thunder with the rebound.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Williams, that's good.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
And the rejection by Holmgren. And he recovers it. They kick it out to Green. Pass to Moody. And it's off from 3-point range. You're trailing by 12. To the inside. Back to Williams. Holmgren sets the screen for Williams. Up and in on the layup. Williams has got 4 this quarter.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
It's Curry outside. And Holmgren pulls it down. Holmgren's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Pass to Hartenstein. Here's Dort. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
This is one of the strongest 6'4" players in the league. Lou Dort is not going to have a problem playing through contact and getting an N1 opportunity.
Podziemski, he's checked in for the Warriors. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That's his first foul. 1:32 left in the game. It's Curry outside. Curry Buries the 3-shot.
Boy, how fast is Stephen Curry's release on the catch? Wow.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Unable to get that one. Some solid defense from Butler. Warriors leading by 10. And an intentional foul right there.
Second personal foul. 13 foul.
Free throw good. Podziemski.
At the line for the Warriors, Podziemski.
So he gets them both. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And it's slammed in by Williams.
We are talking about a 6'6" point guard. Shea has got a great view of the floor. What an easy pass.
That's good from Williams. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Warriors.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jimmy Butler.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
Green with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Now Podziemski, and he commits the intentional foul.
Second personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 9.
Podziemski.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of them.
Pass to Hartenstein. Holmgren sets the screen for Hartenstein. Floats it up for Holmgren. An emphatic LU jam. 17 seconds left in the 4th. Right side, Butler. And Holmgren pulls it down.
Blocking foul called on Brandon Podziemski. First personal foul.
He hits the first one, and that trims the lead to 6. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. 5 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Open jump shot off the mark. So we see the Warriors get the win here. Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.
Both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, BA. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then it's Domantas Sabonis. And it's Ellis in at the point guard position. Here's the break. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Smart bucket from DeMar, looking for chances to run.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Over to the left wing. The three from Holmgren. Dort finds Holmgren. Goes back up. Just 5 on the clock. The shot by Dort, no good.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Sabonis with a screen on Williams. Right wing. Here's Ellis. The shot is good on the assist by Sabonis.
Such a talented passer at his position. Sabonis is all about making winning plays.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. He's covered by LaVine. Williams from long range. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
The Thunder have gone 1 for 3 so far. Richard, something you notice about these Kings, they shoot plenty of threes.
And that's the modern game for you, BA. But Sacramento shoots especially freely. You are right. And those shots often connect. So I doubt that trend changes for them anytime soon. Nah, I don't know where you've been, but everybody else knows that Zach LaVine, this man is an aerial artist. He makes the hardest dunks look so easy.
Now here's Holmgren. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort for 3. That won't go for him. Now 0 for 2. Sacramento has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Sabonis with a screen on Dort. That shot wide open. Ellis has got 6.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Credit to him for trying to get that 3 right back. Missed the shot, but that's a fighter's mentality.
LaVine gets the bucket.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
Screen by Holmgren. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. He drops it from range.
Outside, inside, in between. It doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
Here's Murray. Rejected by Holmgren. 3-pointer. And Dort with the bucket on the assist from Williams.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And LaVine, here we go. And LaVine throws it down.
A ridiculous athlete. I love when LaVine puts it on the deck and goes through the lane like that.
DeRozan outside. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Tries the spin move. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Thunder trail by 5. Williams passes to Holmgren. Now here's Dort. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded. Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Richard, whenever Sabonis plays, it's surprising if he doesn't record a double-double.
Oh, they're usually monster double-doubles also. Close to 20 points, 13 rebounds, and at least 6 assists. Domas, he is an offensive hub.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Sacramento getting their last shot to go.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
Outside LaVine. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. LaVine's got 11 points.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Count that one.
The defense gives Shea all their attention, and that leaves another guy open and ready to score.
LaVine against Dort. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Isaiah Hartenstein.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Athletically gifted, a knockdown shooter. It feels like Levine is constantly underappreciated for all the things that he does.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside, from 10 feet away. Hartenstein, no good. Levine surveys the D. Dort with a steal. Zach LaVine, he's been the guy making things happen for the Sacramento Kings. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And taking a look at Sacramento's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
On the court for the Kings, second quarter underway. The duo inside, it's Murray and Sabonis. Then it's DeMar DeRozan. Then there's Zach LaVine, and it's Ellis in at the 1. Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, D.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Sabonis finds LaVine. Hartenstein pulls it in.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Dort, the pass to Hartenstein.
Sacramento foul. Ellis. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Williams passes to Hartenstein. And here is Williams. 6 to shoot. Now Holmgren. Yet to see a basket. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
Kings ball.
And LaVine has got the ball here for Sacramento. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Sabonis. Murray looking around. Outside LaVine. Jacks up a 3. Oh, just dropping it in. LaVine.
Well, LaVine is fired up tonight and having no trouble finding points for his squad.
Thunder trail by 7. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Hartenstein. And that one fall for him. He's 0 for 2. The Kings have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Pass to LaVine. Murray, a screen on Williams. Back to DeRozan. Outside LaVine. Murray, a screen on Williams. 5 to shoot. Dort with a steal. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And Dort just wanting that basket more than anyone else. Give him credit for out-hustling everyone.
Dort against Murray. Outside for LaVine. From deep three-point range. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Oklahoma City's gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer pro-am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
And here are the Kings now, after the basket by Oklahoma City. Williams against DeRozan. The 3 is up. Leaps for it. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Kings.
Sacramento ball.
The Kings lead by 3. Just under 3 and... Ooh, the nasty throwdown from DeRozan.
That is explosive athleticism by DeRozan. His dunks, oh man, they'll make a rim shake.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Personal foul.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
So far in this one, when you turn it over against them, they're pushing the ball down your throat. I'm loving watching them be so relentless.
Something else that stands out is how they've gotten out in transition. Their speed has kept the defense on their heels.
Now that's his dribble drive. That's one of DeMar DeRozan's superpowers.
Right side, Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Deflects the pass. The kick out to Williams. The Thunder with another miss. The Kings leading. Here's Levine for three. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Holmgren. Holmgren finishes with style in transition.
And in transition, Holmgren has speed, but he also plays under control.
Here's Levine for three. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Hartenstein's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Denied by DeRozan. On the wing, Murray. DeRozan, a screen on Williams. Pass to Holmgren. And here's Hartenstein. That one goes in. Hartenstein's got his first basket. Here's Levine. With 1 on the clock. Oh, Levine! Pretty.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Sacramento on top, leading by 3. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
They've got Williams, Cason Wallace out there with Mitchell. Then it's Alex Caruso, and it's Williams in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group from Mark Daigneault starting the second half. All right, I don't want to make you feel too old here, RJ, but you did get drafted back in 2001. What's the biggest change to the game, you think?
Oh, I think without a doubt the physicality and the 3-ball. Teams are not as physical, and they shoot a lot more threes. When I came in, they were barely shooting them. Now that's all that matters.
Now here's Caruso. And a miss there on the triple. Beyond the arc. And it's Monk, that time on the assist from Valanciunas. And the Kings lead by 9. Oklahoma City has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Outside Mitchell. The 3 is up. Knocks it down from distance. Mitchell's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's LaRavia. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Alex Caruso. Sacramento shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And good on the second, so he makes them both. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Valanciunas, good.
I like it. An old school 5. Jonas primarily does his scoring close in.
Pulls up. Wallace misses.
Really thought he had this one, and the defense, they were giving it to him.
There's the foul. It's on Cason Wallace. That's his first foul of the game. Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Carter can't get it to go. Thunder trail by 10. To the middle. Here's Caruso, and he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Pass to LaRavia. And the foul on Alex Caruso. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And that puts them just one foul from the bonus.
Outside Monk. Misses the 3.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Here's Caruso. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. That's on Jonas Valanciunas. And you watch Alex Caruso on defense, RJ. He forces his fair share of turnovers.
Yeah, he's got great instincts, quick hands. You can't be loose with the ball around Caruso. One of the best one-on-one defenders in the game.
Yep, that one's good.
Now there's the strength we talk about often with Valanciunas. It helps him convert on these physical takes.
Here's Wallace. Offline with a 3. Sacramento leading by 7. Lyles down low, working on Williams. Outside Monk. To the wing on the left. Lyles drills it from deep. Lyles has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
And another miss by Oklahoma City. And so it's Valanciunas who brings up the ball for Sacramento. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
The 3 from Mitchell. Rebounded by Lyles. Sacramento has gotten 3 of 6 threes to fall in the third quarter. Here's LaRavia. And the 3 off target. And for the Thunder, they're shooting only 30% in the third quarter. And here's Caruso outside. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. For Sacramento, they've gone 5 of 11 in this third quarter. Here's Monk. Lays it up and banks it in. Monk's got 5 now.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Mitchell's shot is good.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
52 seconds left in the third quarter. Lyles' shot is good. So it's Oklahoma City now. They trail by 11. Williams with the screen. Caruso, the pass to Mitchell. Three-pointer, no good. For Sacramento, they've gone 7 of 13 in the second half. Here's Lyles. Got a piece of it. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. Inside. Wallace outside. Williams in the post. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 6. Puts up a 3. He can't hit that time. And so it's Sacramento closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. Defense. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. All right, a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth quarter. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then it's Danezu Sabonis. Then there's Zach LaVine. And it's Ellis in at the point guard position.
Not just a shooter, LaVine is also willing to bury himself inside and go to work.
Dort for 3. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's LaVine for 3. Dort grabs the miss. Thunder trail by 10. It's Williams, high post. DeRozan on him. Williams passes to Hartenstein. Nice D from Sabonis.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Ellis, good. And the Kings lead by 12. The Thunder shooting just under 40% from the field. Dort for three. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
And his perimeter shooting might be the key to trimming their deficit.
Absolutely, and they have to continue to go to him.
We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. On the wing, Levine. Dort defending. Clock at 6. Deflected. Pass to Ellis. Here's the three. And he can't get that one. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the fourth. And Hartenstein gets it to go.
I just love when teams make it work down low.
Outside Murray. Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the fourth. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got 4 rebounds now. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. No good. The Kings lead by 7. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Ellis, good.
And you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
I understand why he took the shot. They need the points, but that's just not a good look.
The offensive rebound. Tipped. And here's Murray. Pass to Sabonis. Second chance shot. Oh, it's blocked by Williams.
And Williams getting his timing just right on the block. Defending with purpose.
And good as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Draw them in and kick it out. Great execution to open up an easy look from outside.
Sabonis with a screen on Dort. Sabonis outside. And another Sacramento three.
Have to admire the confidence right there. Sabonis feeling like he can knock down these shots whenever he wants.
Murray against Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort for three. Here's Holmgren. Ooh, the confidence from Holmgren inside.
And this is what coach wants to see from Holmgren. Outworking the defense to get a second chance look.
And it's Levine with the ball for the Kings. A minute 15 left in the game. Pass to Ellis. The three ball. The Thunder with the rebound. Dort outside. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. The rebound by Murray.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
Here's Levine for three. Nails it from three. And the Kings lead by 12.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team's floor, but when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
And I'll tell you what, this game is in the books. Not quite sure why they're delaying the inevitable by fouling.
It's DeRozan with a drive. Oh, misses the dunk. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. To the paint. Here's Hartenstein. Levine with a steal. Over Williams. Levine can't hit. It's tipped. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levine.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Here's Sabonis. And so it's Sacramento with the W. Allie, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. for Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Richard Jefferson.